how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Update number 7, you guys, for a pan for Walt Disney. I am trying to get at least touching all 100 prompts. Oh my goodness. I was definitely a little bit too ambitious last month, and spoiler, this month's not going to be much better because the things that I rolled in this month, or that I'll be showing you at the end of this update, my goodness, like they fit the prompts, but I'm not making this easy for myself. This is currently, what are we even at? 14 project rolling thingy-majiggy here. I do expect that number to be going up as we get further along in the year to try to get all 100 items because like I still have one item still lingering from my intro. Some of these are long hauls. So let's just dive into everything. Bells, an item you want to use. I was hoping to have this done for this month. It's not quite there yet. The Pixi by Petra. Or sorry, the Pixi Skintreats. Different whatevers. Peel and polish resurfacing concentrate. This is mainly my husband getting use on this. We were about here-ish when we're now about here-ish, and it's been dropped in the shower and it is now broken. So I guess this could have also worked for broken packaging, but it's already in the project. We're getting really close on that one. It will soon be out. Sleep and Beauty, part of your nighttime routine. The Mary Kay Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.5. I use this every other night. And again, another thing I want to have done, it is so close. I was here. I'm here. I can still pump product out. And then I think I'm going to have basically it all done, but I will probably cut into it just to confirm. Haven't fully decided yet, but so stinking close on that one. Okay, Radio Rebel. I have my Mary Kay Under Eye Concealer. I use this every day except today because I'd already, being dumb, I already pulled stuff and put it in the filming room. I'm like, I didn't want to go get it. So this is a peachy color. It is coming out a little bit more dry, like not obviously super dry or anything, but maybe another month and then I'll be pulling the stopper out. So that might be good. So we've got some progress there. The Little Mermaid. I've got my waterproof item here. This is my Tarte Double Take Awake. It is a brightener on this side, which I always wear these together. So this is in my waterline, kind of smudged out. And then on this side, you have a black liquid liner. I am wearing it today 6 times over the last month. I've been putting much more focus on the brown eyeliner, 50 Shades of Brown. So with 6 uses, that only brings me to 21 uses in this project. Not so hot, not so hot. We'll get there. Wizards of Waverly Place. So something kind of on the chopping block. So I had a sample of the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Synchronized Multi-Recovery Complex. I was here. It is now done. I have decided, and this is why I was on the chopping block, this scent is a no-go for me in the future. So yeah, no, not happy with that. That's going to be the last one I think I'm going to use up. Into the Woods, my Franken item. So I had Frankened this nail polish here. I'm updating my uses in my project polish. I am about halfway, it looks like. We have some kind of clear settling going on here. My mark is there. I have not used it since I updated project polish. I've been using basically all the other colors. So, this is still going to be kicking around for a while. Next, we had Jump In, another item I was hoping to have done. An item that you kind of just go all in on, just buy without hesitation. The Glow Recipe. This is their Watermelon Glow PHA plus BHA Pore-Tight Toner. Almost made it through there, you guys. I got so close. This is the toner I'm using during the day. So I was here. I've got it down to here. So close on that guy. Now we're getting into a little bit of a fail, you guys. You guys know I rolled in 3 different eyeshadows last time, plus I have my Use Those Eyeshadows project, plus I have an eyeshadow in Beauty A to Z I'm trying to hit pan in, which I haven't even touched this year. So this next one was a little bit of a fail, unfortunately, but it's not because of the palette or the color story or the formula. This is my favorite. So I was kind of saving it for last, and the other one was kind of like a hit pan type thing. So between the two that had a goal of 10 uses, I used the other one first. This is the Natasha Denona Rose and Wood palette. This was in for the prompt of Cruella, so like something high-end, fashionable, fancy dancy eyeshadow. It didn't have to be eyeshadow, but it's fancy dancy eyeshadow in this particular case. I have used this twice, like I said. I have used 3, the middle 3 shades, I think. I don't think I've used the 2 on the ends. Anyway, this is going to get a lot more use. Just I put focus on the palette I didn't enjoy as much. For the Lion King, I had rolled in, I believe this was for yellow packaging, and the outer cardboard thing was yellow that it came with. This is from Signorina. This is the Salvatore Ferragamo Libra. We're just gonna pretend I said all of those words and names correctly. Anyway, started up here. I can't spray that last little bit out. This was okay. Honestly, don't even really remember it that well now anymore. I got 5 uses out of it. I am trying to spray a little bit more on my perfumes, but this is also now done. Lizzie McGuire, so something bougie, high-end, fancy. Could be made in Italy, but I didn't go with that version of the prompt. This took me forever to finish, you guys. This was the Villa Decos Hydrating and Soothing Mask. It's supposed to be deeply hydrating and nourishing. This month, I swear, it just went so fast between these updates for Pan for Walt Disney in particular. So it's like, I gotta, like a week ago, I'm like, I gotta use it. So I used the actual sheet mask, but there was like this much serum just sitting in the bottom. So I was using that literally every single night as like an extra hydrating masky kind of thing. And then this morning there was still a little bit left, so it's like onto the chest and get it used up. So, cause it's also been open for a week, you guys. So, this is done. Fantastic. Tangled, obviously bringing in a hair care item. So, this is my Briogeo. This is the Don't Despair Repair. This is their, what is this? Moisture and Damage Defense Leave-In Treatment. I use it as a detangler. It's not really designed for that, I don't think. That's how I use it. It's okay. I'm making progress. So, I was here. I am now there, which is really, really good. However, I'm at the point in the bottle where it's getting really hard to pump this out, and I need to punch. No, verbs. Pump a fair amount of this out, so I may have to like start tipping this over and dumping it out on my hand, which is either going to make this last little bit go very slowly or very quickly. We'll have to wait and see until next month, but that potentially could be empty next month. Emperor's New Groove. This is going to be a long haul item, you guys. And I knew this one when I rolled it in. This is my Bolly Balm. So this is the Sweet Orange and Coconut Lip Balm. You guys, I have finally finished the Laneige Sleeping Mask that's been in for like ever. It hasn't been in a project since I rolled it out of Partners in Cream back in December. And it was a sample size. Well, not super sample size, but it was a smaller size. It's finally done. I had used this a couple of times at my makeup table, but now this is transitioned over to being my nightly overnight lip balm type of product. I am now about here-ish. It's going to obviously take me a very long time. This is super hydrating. I love that item. It is so good. All right, now let's talk about Avlon High. Avlon High, I had rolled in my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette. And since this is the only playlist you watch or you are selective and only pick a couple of my challenges that I do on this channel, I've rolled in a lot. So for this palette, in this project, I said I want to hit pan on something in the palette. I didn't specify which one. And then in Deck of Panning, which you guys will be seeing in a couple days, and this is going to be a sneak peek. I don't know if we're going to get there. I rolled in the shade Galaxy specifically to hit pan on. And then at the end of the month, and my Throwback 30, I rolled in the prompt 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold. So I obviously rolled in a gold shade for that. And I rolled in the shade Gold Glitch. So obviously Galaxy and Gold Glitch are not eligible for this particular Avlon High prompt because I don't want to double dip. So I'm not going to show you the full-on palette at this point because I don't want to give too many spoilers. It's hard to show like Galaxy and Gold Glitch on opposite sides of the palette. I'm not super fussed about avoiding all spoilers, but I don't want to show you all of them. So I was debating either between Frazzled, which is the last shade in this palette, and it's one I've been using with Gold Glitch as a more of a going to work shade, kind of in the middle. Actually, both of the shades I was kind of starting to lean more towards. Both kind of serve as like that in the, like this part here. So not on the outer corner and not over the front of the eyelid. The shade I ended up also focusing on at the same time was the shade Ultraviolet, which is the really pretty purple, and that's the shade I've got right here. This is the palette I am wearing today. I didn't track individual uses on both of these shades. However, I was hoping I'd be able to hit pan in Ultraviolet. And I was fully walking into this video this morning. I didn't get there, you guys. I didn't get there. However, doing today's eyeshadow look right before sitting down to film this. So this is the shade Ultraviolet. That was one of the shades I was focused on in this palette. And as you can see, there is now a pan there, you guys. I hit that pan today. I'll try to throw up a video so you can see it a little bit better. But like I said, it's on this part of my eye and just a little bit here on the lower lash line. I was shocked when I hit that pan because like I said, as of this morning, I was like, I'm not hitting pan. You guys know I prefer to wear my shadows down evenly. But oh, I am so excited. So this is actually rolling out. Now, this palette's still in use because it's still in 2 other projects. I still have 2 more pans that I'm trying to hit. Those ones are specific shades. But, oh my goodness, you guys. I've kind of given up on this one. Thanks for that update. Okay, last up, we had Cinderella. So something that was curated for you. So what I did is I went into my Mary Kay eyeshadows. And this is the little, like, small palette that kind of fits for single Mary Kay eyeshadows. Mary Kay eyeshadows you buy as singles, so you can kind of customize, build your own palette. And I made this little tiny palette here. So basically what I have, my lid setting shade, my crease transition shade, my all over the lid shade, and my outer corner shade. Not generally as deep as I want to go with my outer corner, but it worked well enough. My goal was 10 uses, and I don't know, you guys. I feel like this rose gold or rose quartz, I'd have to check the name. Whatever shade this one is, I feel like I'm close to hitting pan on that. So I may want to roll that into a project later down the line because I think that would be really fun and exciting. However, my goal was to use this 10 times. I used it 10 times. This was kind of my focus after I had filmed this last update. This is what I was wearing to work. Basically, just about entirely back to back for about 2 weeks until it was done. So very pleased on that. So this month, not super good. I only have 5 goals met, and although I'm close on some other goals, I'm definitely a little bit behind. I think I need to average like 8 rollouts every single month, and part of that is not picking the best things at the beginning, and just it is what it is. I will get there. So even though I only met my goal in 5, because I'm feeling that time crunch a little bit, I've actually opted to roll in 6 items. So just an additional 1 beyond my goal met, which brings us to a rolling project 15. Whatever, there's so much going on anyway. You guys have been seeing all of the new roll-ins. Some of these are a little bit, I mean, for me, like for this project, it's like the classic Disney movies and the Disney princess. It's like, that's the ones that gets me really excited. Yeah, it is what it is. It's the full range of the Disney Channel, Disney portfolio, all of that good stuff. So let's just dive into it, and I'm not making this easy for myself. Okay, first item was zombies. 2 options on this one. Either you go with broken packaging, which if you saw my Beauty and the Beast project pan, I literally just rolled in Chip, which has the exact same prompt. And I don't have a lot with broken packaging in my collection, but good to know that my NARS Blush and Orgasm would have rolled into this project if it hadn't rolled into Beauty and the Beast. However, there is a second option that we can explore for zombies, which is a new product. And you have to figure out if it's going to work as part of your routine. So I've actually picked out, I honestly think, like the perfect item for this. Because it's either I am going to immediately love it or I'm going to hate it and we're just going to veto it, kick it out of my collection. And it is, I'm pretty sure, the only item. This is a standalone item of this category. And that is coming us, it's a BoxyCharm item. It was a power pick. Don't ask me why BoxyCharm picked this as a power pick for me. But this is from Misha. This is a contour stick in the shade Light. I do use powder bronzers. I'm not super big on cream bronzers. And I don't think I've ever used a contour. I may have. I'm not going to rule it out as a never. But yeah, definitely not like anything I do on a regular basis. So we're going to be rolling in this cream contour stick. Looks like this. And we're going to figure out, is this something I even like? Now, on one hand, I feel bad because if I don't like this, I feel like I'm wasting the product, especially because it's a cream product and I could just give it to someone else like this. But I kind of want to try it. So this is the perfect opportunity. Cream items don't last forever, and this has been sitting just for a couple of months, just hanging out. So this is what this looks like. Is this going to be okay? I don't even know. There is this much product in the stick, and I am waffling on my goal. Usually for complexion products, I go with a 50 use goal. However, because this is a brand new type of thing for me, and I've never contoured, I don't think. At least I don't know how to contour properly. Let's just go with that. So I'm going to set just a 20 use goal, and one of two things is going to happen. So let's peer into the crystal ball a little bit. Option number one, either I am going to hate it, either I don't like contour, I don't like this color, I don't like the general look. So I'm going to be like, hey, I used it a couple times maybe, and I'm going to declutter it. Or I'm going to enjoy it, and this is going to be like an everyday type thing, or maybe it's just more of a special occasion kind of step. One of the two, essentially. So either is it going to be a quick out of my collection, the use goal doesn't matter, or we'll see. We'll see. So 20 uses on the contour stick. We'll see. Okay, good luck, Charlie. This is in connection with the Christmas movie. Oh, this was a little bit of a difficult prompt. Okay. Something that is tradition for you to use. So I was thinking like, okay, it's part of your all the time makeup routine or skincare routine or whatever other routine. Or it's like routine like for you to use or tradition for you to use at a certain time of year. So like, for example, like if I'm going to use a pastel nail polish, that's going to be in for spring. I'm not going to really wear it any other time of the year. Or it's like, oh, for Christmas, we're bringing out more like green eyeliners and things like that. Or the other possibility was something that you had to travel to buy. And if you guys remember that one little haul I did on my channel, it was a hygiene haul from when we went to the States. This was like a year ago, and I did a bunch of hygiene shopping. That was mainly going down for Tree Hut, which we have started getting a little bit more accessible in stores near me, which is fantastic. But this was one of the items I picked up in that haul. This was an item I was going to be rolling into my planned pan for hygiene anyway, for reasons I'll explain in a moment. So I decided, let's do it, you guys. And that is my Bodycology. This is their body cream in whipped vanilla. It is the only Bodycology item I currently own. Now, that being said, Bodycology has started creeping its way onto a couple shelves. So I've seen it in Shoppers Drug Mart, but I've only seen like the Japanese cherry blossom version, the like a rose one, and like the Hawaiian, the blue one, whatever the blue one was. So very limited, and I'm not really interested in the sense. But for this particular item, I did have to travel to the States to purchase it. So it fits the Good Luck Charlie Christmas one. Anyway, long story long. This is starting off right here, and it smells pretty nice. Why I wanted to roll this item into my hygiene project, use it up, is you guys know I'm working on a sugar cookie routine as well as a chocolate routine. However, the moisturizers in both of those routines, I'm not so big on the scent on, so I tend to put it like stomach down and then put a more fun scented item on top. So for now, I have been working on my Snowflakes and Cashmere body cream. I'm not the biggest fan of that scent, but it is better than the other ones, and it lets me get use on that body cream. But I'm still trying to finish that body cream too. So we'll see for my hygiene project, use it up. But once that body cream is done, I want to roll in this one and use it for the same purpose. So this is going to be neck, chest, and arms. Anytime I'm using the sugar cookie routine or the chocolate routine. So I think whipped vanilla is going to work just fine for that. All is going to be to finish it, and we'll just have to see how this goes. Sky High. So an item that is going to save your makeup look. So, as a not makeup artist or anything like that, I have limited makeup skills. So if a look isn't turning out the way I want, the solution is always glitter, sparkly things. Like, that's always, especially with an eye look. If it's coming out dull, if the colors aren't looking good, some kind of eyeshadow to cover it and make it sparkly. This is my Natasha Denona single. This is in the shade Helio. This came to me as a gift with purchase from Sephora. And as you can see, I have pan on this already. My goal is I do want to actually finish this eyeshadow this year. Oh my goodness, I'm so ambitious. But for the purposes of this project, I'm just going to put in a 10 use goal. I don't know exactly and fully how I'm going to use this. If I'm going to use it to fit the prompt of try to save an eyeshadow look, or if I'm going to use this as like a one and done, I'll figure it out. But however I'm going to use it, 10 uses, and that's going to help expand this pan, which I'm so thrilled about. Remember, we still have the Natasha Denona palette. I still need 8 uses on it. So what the heck am I doing with this next prompt for Atlantis? Atlantis is a product or a brand that you feel like needs more attention, recognition, all of that good stuff. So this is a palette. It's an eyeshadow palette. It's going to be the same 10 use goal. And I use my palettes holistically, so that does add to the challenge and difficulty. This is a palette I really do love in my collection. I think the quality is really good. This color story is really interesting. If you did catch my most recent declutter, I did declutter an eyeshadow palette from the brand. But like I said, in that declutter, it was more because of the color story and not the formula. Like, this is really good. I have this palette and I have the Transitions palette, which was an all matte palette, which is still a beautiful kind of companion palette that I have ripped apart just to keep my favorite shades. But this palette is still completely intact, and it kind of fits in Atlantis, you guys. So like with that water imaging here. This is from Dominique Cosmetics, the Moment eyeshadow palette. Oh, this is such a beautiful, beautiful palette, you guys. I haven't used it in a little bit. I do really like this palette. I think it's fun. There is a dark black sparkly shade in here. I don't use it very much, but it's still a beautiful palette. And I am just hogging it. Let me share it with you guys. This is what the palette looks like. You can go colorful. You can go neutral. You've got this real pretty duochrome shade happening in there. Really, really nice. I enjoy this. It does look used, but obviously not a whole heck of a lot. So I'm going to be using this 10 times. That is 10 holistic looks. I've got everything I need in here for a lid setting shade. Something to put in my transition crease area. Deepening out shades all over the lid shades. I'm excited to play with this one. 10 uses for Atlantis. Wreck-It Ralph. Again, not a historian in terms of makeup and all of that. However, the prompt for this was something that is vintage. So I was thinking, okay, what are like more vintage brands, vintage items, or what I ended up going for, more of a vintage look. And so when I think of vintage makeup, and again, how we're defining that is obviously going to be a key characteristic. However, one thing that comes to mind is red lips, right? A brighter red lip. So I have rolled in this item that I have never used before. This is from Persona. This is their E-Balm in Manifest. Now, because it's a balm, I don't know how opaque this is going to be. However, the shade in the tube, in my opinion, does fit the vintage red lipstick look. Again, how it translates, we'll have to see. I have never used this item before. It's so far smells completely fine. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to go put a 20 use goal on this as well. I am panning a lot of lip stuff right now. And I've got lots of colorful eyeshadow going on projects. We'll have to see where the usage falls. But this is what I've rolled in for Wreck-It Ralph and a vintage item. All right, you guys, last item that I have to roll in for you guys today is Chicken Little. So we're going with a mini or deluxe sample size. I've done a lot of serum moisturizer samples. I've done some cleansers lately too, so I want to go with something slightly different. And it's one of these little clearance boxes. This is from Clarins. This is their Total Eye Hydrate. So this particular one is a moisturizing, soothing eye mask balm. You can use this as a mask. You can use this as part of your morning and evening daily eye care routine. So essentially, this is an eye cream, is how I am choosing to read that. And this guy is a little cute little blue one. At 3 milliliters, I think we are about here-ish. It is a little bit not super settled. So this might be a little bit high, but whatever. This is going to be my eye cream. Okay, I know that's a lot, and there's some lofty goals I put on myself. So let's take a moment and talk about goals for next month. Try not to be too ambitious here, but let's run through really quick. Cowbells, the Pixi Peel and Polish Resurfacing Mask, Sleeping Beauty, the Retinol Serum, both of those getting close. Also super close for Jump In, the Glow Recipe Toner. Want that to be an empty. I will focus, this is going to be one of my main priorities, especially for any day going to work. So another 8 uses on the Natasha Denona Rose and Wood palette. I would like to also finish my Bodycology Whipped Vanilla, which means that with using this after I finish off the Snowflakes and Cashmere, I will be putting a lot of priority and focus on my sugar cookie routine and my chocolate routine, which would be really good because, you know, spring is eventually coming. I would also like to meet my goal on the Natasha Denona Single in Helio. Again, this was for prompt of Sky High. And finally, after I knock everything over, and then finally for Chicken Little, the Clarins Eye Balm Mask Thingy Mudshiggy. That's going to be a pretty good dent. There could be more possibilities. It could be the Briogeo. It could be, what else? I might be able to hit my uses on the contour stick or decide to declutter it. I could potentially get my 20 uses on the Persona E-Balm. But trying to balance all the other products. So we'll see how things go. I'm making good progress. I'm just feeling like I'm not quite making enough. So we'll see. This is all for fun, so it's not supposed to be stressful. So we'll just kind of enjoy the project and see how it goes. But that's going to wrap up the 7th update, oh my goodness, for Pan from Walt Disney. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one very soon. Have a wonderful day.